I've heard nothing from the WNBA. Absolutely nothing.
Brittney Griner elbowing Caitlin Clark in a crazy way and then calling her a trash white girl.
And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find significant. I've watched that video countless times, and it sure looks like Brittney Griner says, white girl.
The WNBA should investigate Brittney Griner seemingly uttering profanities about white girls. Brittney Griner appeared to call Caitlin Clark trash and effing white girl.
The rookie of the year. She's rookie of the year. She's fourth in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlin Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP. She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
WNBA okay with one of its players saying white girl on the bench and getting caught by TV cameras saying such? I guess they are. I guess they're okay with it. Obviously, the league would very much not be okay with a white player saying black girl on the bench in anger and getting caught by TV cameras. That would be an immediate suspension, if not a career ender.
In the history of women's sports, WNBA superstar Brittney Griner has sent shockwaves through the entire sporting world by allegedly admitting, in her own words, "I'm a grown man."
For said white girl. That fucking white girl was about Caitlin Clark's popularity, about her stature, about her impact on the entire league.
She has been abused repeatedly. We have shown you videos, just getting elbowed, getting crushed, inbound passes where they ram into her, just absolutely abused, and there clearly is a racial element.
The WNBA has come out numerous times. There's no place for hate. There's no place for racism.
Griner referring quite clearly, I believe, to Caitlin Clark and a white referee as, quote, trash ass white girl. If you are a straight white woman in the WNBA, there is no way that you feel completely safe.
The noise that's coming.
I don't appreciate the new fans that sit there and yell racial slurs at myself, my teammates, and the people that I play against. Because yeah, those might be opponents, but those are friends too. You know, they don't deserve that. So I don't appreciate the new fans that think it's okay to do that.
Tonight, a national controversy. WNBA superstar Brittney Griner reportedly caught hurling a racial slur at rising sensation Caitlin Clark. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. A leaked photo allegedly exposes a massive estrogen dosage, sparking questions about fairness, gender identity, and league hypocrisy.
That she reposted. And the implication is, well, what it says at the top is white, this is how they say girl, G-Y, white gal, G-Y-A-L, running from the fade, like as if Caitlin Clark is basically a...
Caitlin Clark got roughed up repeatedly by defenders throughout her rookie year last year. It was attempted bullying, trying to break her spirit, intimidate her, put her in her place, get even with her for all the attention she was getting.
The Indiana Fever fan base of being racist. They investigated it. They said those accusations were false. The least that she could do is apologize to our great state and the fans that show up at these games and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Obviously, she's not going to do that. But also, Dan, why isn't the Indiana Fever apologizing to their own fan base for putting them through that, for going through those types of...
He stated in part, obviously, the league would not be okay with a white player saying effing black girl on the bench in anger.
WNBA without Caitlin Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Without Caitlin Clark,
is going to massively affect the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is the closest thing that they have to quality play. The Caitlin Clark effect is very real. She is the most valuable player.
Just days after a highly sensitive, deeply controversial leaked photo surfaced online, one that appears to expose hormone vials, gender documents, and body structure that challenge everything we thought we knew about her identity. The internet is in a complete meltdown. Fans, critics, league insiders, even former teammates are left gasping for breath as this bombshell throws the integrity of the WNBA, its policies, and its top brass into complete freefall. This isn't just another sports scandal. This is a nuclear-level identity crisis that could dismantle the very foundation of gendered competition in professional basketball. As the image of Brittney's alleged estradiol prescription floods social media, whistleblowers inside the league are already confirming what many had feared. The WNBA may have knowingly turned a blind eye for years. And now, with those 5 chilling words, "I'm a grown man," echoing across every digital platform, every question we were too afraid to ask about fairness, gender, favoritism, and medical manipulation comes roaring into the spotlight. Did the WNBA hide her records to protect its rainbow sponsors? Was this a deliberate move to sideline rising stars like Caitlin Clark, who now finds herself at the center of a league divided between truth and tolerance? The leaked files suggest testosterone suppression, birth sex concealment, and a paper trail going back over a decade, raising serious questions about locker room privacy, athlete safety, and competitive legitimacy. How long has the league known? How many executives were in on it? And more importantly, how deep does this cover-up go? Is this just about Brittney, or the first domino in a league-wide web of secrets? The silence from the WNBA's Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is louder than any statement, as fans rage, sponsors panic, and lawmakers begin calling for full investigations and federal-level scrutiny. If these leaks are accurate, every stat, every title, every Olympic moment tied to Griner could now be up for debate, leaving an entire generation of young female athletes questioning what's real and what was fabricated for marketing. And as hashtags like #GrinerGate and #WNBAExposed explode across Twitter and TikTok, the media firestorm has officially become too big to contain. Supporters argue for compassion, citing personal privacy and gender identity rights, but critics are demanding lifetime bans, stripped titles, and league restructuring, calling this not just unethical, but an insult to every biological woman who fought for a place in the league. In a league that crucified Angel Reese for trash talk and scrutinized Caitlin Clark's every dribble, how is it possible that someone with such an explosive secret not only played, but became the face of the league? This is more than hypocrisy. It's industrial-grade deceit. As investigations mount, Griner's future, and possibly the WNBA's, is hanging by a thread. Because if this is true, and if the league knew and stayed silent, then this is not just a scandal. It's the biggest betrayal in women's sports history, a betrayal of athletes, of fans, and of the very meaning of fairness. And now, with one phrase, "I'm a grown man," the WNBA stands at the edge of a historic cliff, staring straight down into a storm it may not survive. In a moment that has shattered every illusion, rattled every locker room, and sent the entire sports world spiraling into chaos, Brittney Griner, once hailed as the towering icon of the WNBA, is now at the center of the most explosive gender scandal in professional basketball history, and possibly sports as a whole. Just days after a disturbing leaked image surfaced, appearing to show a prescription for male-to-female hormone therapy, a set of masculine anatomical features, and files hinting at biological male origins, Griner herself allegedly dropped the bombshell with 5 chilling words that have broken the internet. "I'm a grown man." These words have spread like wildfire, dominating headlines, breaking trending charts, and leaving fans stunned, confused, and betrayed. For years, Brittney Griner was treated as untouchable, the face of inclusion, the league's pride, the WNBA's walking PR dream. But now, all that glory stands under the harshest spotlight imaginable as fans and whistleblowers alike demand one thing: the truth. How long has the WNBA known about this alleged gender deception? Were they complicit in protecting Brittney's image to shield corporate deals and rainbow alliances from fallout? And where does that leave the countless biological women who fought tooth and nail for the few professional opportunities available in women's sports? The silence from the league, especially from Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, is deafening. Angel Reese was dragged through the mud for trash talk. Caitlin Clark has faced relentless criticism for being too competitive. But Griner? She's allegedly been allowed to skirt gender policy, skip medical scrutiny, and dominate physically in ways that many now believe were unfair from the start. This isn't just about one athlete's identity. This is about integrity, transparency, and the future of fairness in women's sports. The photo that emerged isn't some vague, blurry shot. It clearly shows documents referencing estradiol, testosterone suppression timelines, and what appears to be a long-hidden transition history. If true, it suggests the league, its doctors, and even Olympic committees may have looked the other way, favoring headlines over honesty. Fans are furious. Players are divided. Sponsors are now on high alert. This is not just another internet rumor. This is a full-blown credibility crisis. And as viral hashtags like #WNBAexposed and #GrinerLeak flood social media, questions continue piling up. Should her past accolades be stripped? Should she even be allowed to play? And how many others might be protected by the same veil of silence and corporate protection? No one is saying identity doesn't matter, but in competitive sport, biology has consequences. If a male-born athlete can participate in the women's league without transparency, then what message are we sending to every hardworking girl chasing the dream with no special protections, no hidden files, and no league-approved secrets? This controversy is bigger than any one player. It's about the erosion of trust between fans and the league, between players and management, between truth and agenda. Brittney's 5 words may have been intended as defiance or liberation, but to millions of viewers, they now echo as the opening confession in the biggest cover-up the WNBA has ever seen. The league can no longer run. It must choose truth or collapse. Because if this scandal is swept under the rug, it won't just haunt Brittney, it will haunt every future game, every sponsorship, every young athlete who believed this was a league built on fairness. And this time, no rainbow flag, no apology tweet, and no delayed press release can stop the tidal wave that's coming. WNBA med staff fear more PD leaks. Sponsors like Nike and Adidas are reportedly watching closely. Griner's defenders say she's standing up for herself. Critics cry hypocrisy. But when the full truth folds out, will the league, sponsors, or fans hold firm? Now, we want to hear from you. Was it a slur or a misheard frustration at refs? Should private medical records be public in interest of fair play? Drop your thoughts below. As the WNBA braces for a behind-the-scenes storm, one thing's clear. This is just Act 1. Next video will dive into leaked records, sponsor deals, and the league's response, or lack thereof. Breaking news in the WNBA, Brittney Griner, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, accused of using a racial slur against Caitlin Clark, and now a leaked photo allegedly shows massive estrogen vials. What does this reveal about fairness, gender, and the league's hidden bias? May 24th, during Dream vs. Fever, Griner fouls out. Was that frustration? Or a targeted slur at Caitlin Clark? Then came the leak, a photo showing vials labeled RX estradiol. WNBA med staff whistleblowers say Griner's estrogen might be performance-driven. Compare how the WNBA handled Angel Reese's taunts. They faced swift backlash. But when a star like Griner allegedly breaks the rules. Rumor: a subpoena could drop next week, demanding Griner's medical and gender verification records. Could political figures get involved? Act 1 closes, but the scandal is far from over. Next, leaked documents, sponsor crackdowns, and WNBA's official response, or silence. Click notifications to stay tuned. May 22nd, Dream vs. Fever. After fouling out, Griner slams the refs, or with a racial dig at Clark?